My son died for Ramadi. Now ISIS has it, says Debbie Lee. Debbie Lee is the mother of a young man whose name was Mark Allen Lee. He is now deceased. He became the first Navy SEAL. He was the first Navy SEAL to die in Iraq. He died taking Ramadi. Just let that sink in for a moment. In fact, they honored him by renaming his comrades, by renaming the Ramadi base camp, Camp Mark Allen Lee. He was posthumously awarded a Silver Star. So over the weekend, or last week, General Martin Dempsey, chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, said, Ramadi is not symbolic in any way. And then went on to suggest that because we lost it, it's not really a major setback. He says, I would much rather that Ramadi not fall, but it won't be the end of the campaign should it fall. So she writes a letter to him, the mother of the first Navy SEAL to die in Ramadi. Her son, just before he was killed in Ramadi, wrote his mom a letter. He said, I have seen death, the sorrow that encompasses your entire being as a man breathes his last. I can only pray and hope that none of you will ever have to experience some of these things I have seen and felt here. And let us remember, this war was completely unnecessary. The world was actually a better place with Saddam Hussein in it. We have more people in jail than Saddam Hussein did, both in absolute and per capita numbers. He was not a Democrat. I mean, Iraq was not a republic. But Iraq was safe. Iraq was stable. You had Shia and Sunni living together, intermarrying. Women were dressed as they are in the United States and going to college and becoming, professors and teachers and doctors and lawyers. And Iraq was a modern country. We have bombed it back to the Stone Age. George W. Bush, Dick Cheney, Paul Wolfowitz, Don Rumsfeld, these criminals opened the gates of hell in the Middle East. And to this day, the blood is flowing. And that blood is covering these men. You want to get closure on this stuff? It is time to prosecute George W. Bush for murder. And Cheney. And Wolfowitz. And Pearl. And Feith. And Rumsfeld.